and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the best wildcard ahead of a midweek game week 33. If you still have the chip to play, then this or game week 34 are the optimal weeks to be playing it. If you do enjoy as well the content that you see on the channel, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, as I do answer all questions down in the comment section below. And we're also trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of the season. We're doing all right, but there's still a long way to go. So like I said, if you enjoy the content, do subscribe down below. But yeah, that's enough waffle from me. Let's dive into our game week 33 wildcard draft. And starting off our team, we have gone for Ederson in goal, arguably what I believe to be the best goalkeeper pick up until the end of the season. Yes, he plays Arsenal in game week 33, an absolutely huge game. I wouldn't expect too much out of him in that one, but two doubles up until the end of the season. In game week 34, Fulham and West Ham, and then obviously game week 37 as well. I do believe as well he is Manchester City's most nailed player. Obviously with the FA Cup semi-final this weekend, the double fixtures, the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid, Manchester City do have a lot more games than other kind of title contenders, and other big teams around that point. So it's going to be hard to pick certain City players, especially from the defence and midfield. So I think if you just go Ederson, it's a real safe pick. He's not too expensive as well, and potentially could pick up some save points in game week 33, with Arsenal potentially peppering the Manchester City goal. Moving into the back line, we do have the double up on the Newcastle defence. We've gone for Kieran Trippier and Botman. Newcastle still the best defence in the league in terms of goals conceded. Everton away is a great fixture in 33. Also have a no double in game week 34. Instead, they do take on Southampton, which is still a very good fixture. And in game week 36, they do double with Leeds and Brighton. Again, another team we want to be getting on top of. Obviously, they've still got a lot to play for as well in terms of European football wise. So, you know, there's lots there that, you know, they're still going to be playing for. They're still going to be kind of looking for wins, looking for clean sheets, looking for points on the board as well. So plenty to play for. I really like the double up as well of Trippier and Botman. It's been a safe kind of double all season, and I don't see any reason to really be changing that, especially with the double in 36 for Newcastle as well. Final defender in our team is kind of the man of the moment. Everyone wants him. He's, you know, just very special at the moment. It is Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously kind of adapting into this new system where he kind of drifts infield, kind of the inverted kind of fullback role that has kind of become very popular, mainly thanks to Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta. Now Klopp is picking up on it, putting Trent into the midfield position. Obviously they do have West Ham in game week 33, very nice fixture, and then a double in game week 34, and then a lovely run of fixtures up until the end of the season. It honestly would not surprise me if Liverpool are kind of knocking on the door of the Champions League places with the run-in that they do have, and I do think Trent is a must-have for this kind of run-in. Yes, he is quite pricey, but I don't see where else you're going to spend that money at the moment. A lot of the other good options that you want on your team are very cheap, so I definitely think it's worth going for Trent Alexander-Arnold, especially off the back of that Nottingham Forest performance as well. Could have easily came away with a couple of assists. Brilliant free kick taking, the diagonal balls he was picking out as well. He is going to pick up some wonderful points along the way until the end of the season. Just kind of need that clean sheet for Liverpool at the moment, just to really seal it and start getting him into like the mega haul points, the OG Trent that we all remember. But yeah, that is the defense of the team. Very strong. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment. I'm a big fan of it, but let me know down in the comments. And let's move on to the midfield within our side. Moving swiftly into the midfield, we are going to start off with Solly, March and Matoma, and we're also going to talk about McAllister at this point, because I think you could go for any of these three. I have selected March and Matoma. That's the way I've gone this season and have been very happy with the rewards. Over the past 5 game weeks, March has had 0 goals but 3 assists, Matoma 1 goal, 1 assist, and McAllister only the single goal. The benefit of going with McAllister is the fact that you do get penalties, which is a massive asset in this year, and has become a really big asset over the past few years, with VAR obviously being introduced to the Premier League and a lot more penalties being given. But the reason we've gone for the double up, some people might be like, why have we got double Brighton in midfield and you've got Estepinian on the bench? These guys have 3 doubles up until the end of the season. A good fixture in 33 as well. Nottingham Forest away, kind of one of the worst defences in the league in terms of expected goals conceded. So you expect your attacking players to do very, very well in that. The double in 34, they double in 36, and they also double in 37. So you've got to have that Brighton triple up, getting an extra 3 games out of Brighton players over the course of the season, which is absolutely excellent. In terms of the picks, I would say go March and Matoma. I can 100% see why you would go McAllister, and you know, it could absolutely backfire, but I just prefer March and Matoma. They've just got that little bit more flair and kind of just, I can't really describe what they have. It's just something like an awe, like a very special kind of way of playing. I love to watch players take people on, go to the byline, put balls in the box, cut inside, have like delicious little shots as well, and both of these players have got that in their locker. I just don't think McAllister is that type of player. Yes, he's a very good point scorer, yes, he's on penalties, but I do prefer these two. Moving on to our other midfielders, we do have Mohamed Salah in here, double in game week 34, and like we said with Trent, really good fixtures up until the end of the season. Potential captaincy worthy in game week 34 if you do want to go down that route. Potential captaincy worthy in game week 33 as well. Over the past 5 as well, he has got 5 goals in 5 games. So very good form for Salah at the moment, and Liverpool starting to build a little bit of momentum. Yes, the clean sheets and defensive kind of stability are lacking a little bit at the moment, but you can start to see things clicking. The new system starting to gel. Good goal for Salah as well against Nottingham Forest as well. Potentially, maybe he's not on penalties. I still think they'll keep him on penalties at the moment. Obviously, the 2 misses this season have been quite disastrous, but I can't really see it affecting him too much. And I hope he stays on penalties, because that is the reason we pay the big bucks for the man and always give him the armband. Moving on to our last 2 midfielders, we do have Jack Grealish, 34 for double and 34 and 37, sorry, a double for Manchester City, forming a great partnership with Erling Haaland. And over the past 5 game weeks, 2 goals and 3 assists. Obviously, that game week 33 game against Arsenal is absolutely massive in terms of the title, but I do just fancy City. You know, Arsenal just look a little bit crumbly. The mentality that you need to have to win titles just doesn't quite look there at the moment. But one of the big concerns I do have with Jack Grealish and all Manchester City players is the amount of fixtures that are going to be taking place for Man City, and a good old bit of Pep Roulette. Yeah, that favourite game that we all love to play as well. Yeah, Jack Grealish is playing as well against Brighton currently, Sheffield United, sorry, at the moment. So yeah, it's very hard to kind of determine which City players are going to pick. There's more chance of Madeline McCann kind of walking out onto fucking Good Morning Britain and saying, you know, I'm back, bitches, than being able to pick the correct City or defenders from Manchester City. It's really hard, isn't it? So it's a little bit of pot luck, but Jack Grealish is in insane form at the moment, and that is why we have gone for him. And then the final midfielder is a player I actually think is massively essential on this wildcard. Marcus Rashford, back from injury, a double in game week 34 of Villa and Brighton, not the easiest of doubles, and then amazing fixtures for Manchester United up until the end of the season. If he can get himself back into that form pre-injury, then wow, what an asset we could have on our hands. His EO is probably going to be plus 100% most weeks as well, which is absolutely frightening. So a must have on your game week 33 wildcard draft. But let's move on to the 2 forwards, and we'll also have a quick run through of the bench. And finishing up today's video, we are going to take a look at the 2 forwards and quickly run through our bench. No real shocks up front in my team. Erling Haaland, double in 34 and a double in 37. Triple captaincy potential if you do still have that chip left as well. You know, Fulham and West Ham against Erling Haaland. Yeah, if you still got the chip left, I'd probably say go for that week. Very easy pick. Obviously with the doubles, City's fixtures, you know, there is probably going to be some rotation with Haaland, maybe coming off a little bit early, but we've seen this throughout the whole of the season, deliberating over this as well. The man needs about half an hour and he could still get himself a hat-trick, so he's an unbelievable player. playing for an unbelievable team as well. And his strike partner that we have gone for is Ollie Watkins. No goal for him today, but 5 goals, 2 assists over the past 5 game weeks in the purple patch of his life at the moment. No stopping him and Villa as they continue their unbeaten run as well. But there is kind of an exit strategy with Watkins as well. You could move to Isaac or Wilson in game week 36 or 7 whenever Newcastle double. I forgot, I think it's 36. So you can move to Isaac then and then have another doubler as well. Speaking of the kind of full team as a whole, the full 15 players, next week if you do go with this team and make 0 transfers, you will have 10 doublers for game week 34. So very, very saucy indeed. Let's quickly run through the bench. Leno in goal. Yeah, they double in 34. He's pretty decent. That's about all I've got for that. I don't really have kind of a preferred pick for game week 34. I think just go for whoever you want on the bench, to be honest. If money's short, go for Iverson, but I've gone for Leno. We've got the budget kind of lying around. Moving on to the more important players, Estupinian, a standout player for me. Me and my friends earlier this week were talking about our teams of the season, and I put Estupinian in here because, frankly, he's been absolutely fantastic as well. And obviously, the kind of appeal of 3 double game weeks as well. Absolutely delicious as always. Sure, for Manchester United as well, double in 34 and take advantage of the good fixtures. And then Dominic Solanke to finish the team. Really like this as kind of our cheap striker option. Southampton away as well, so if you don't fancy Grealish, I'd potentially say put him in there. Massive game for both for Southampton and Bournemouth. A little bit of a derby as well, so you know, just a huge game overall as well. If you did enjoy the content that you did see and the video that you've seen today, then please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Like I said, we are trying to hit 1,000 subs, so if you want to help me out and do that goal for me, then yeah, just subscribe. Good luck this game week, and thank you very much for watching.